This year, East Peoria celebrates 40 years of lighting up the city to start the Christmas season.
Since then, this beloved Festival of Lights has changed with the times to continue attracting hundreds of families. Madison Porter takes us back to 1984, where it all started.
It was going to be a one-time thing.
And good evening, I'm Tom McIntyre.
And I'm Christine Zach. We're at the 15th annual East Peoria Festival of Lights, and what a festival it's going to be.
1 turned into 15, and 15 turned into 40.
We're thrilled to celebrate our 40th anniversary.
In 1984, a couple of businesswomen in East Peoria had the idea to put on a nighttime parade to celebrate the city's 100th anniversary. It included 19 floats with classic parade sites like high school bands and fire trucks, but also some of the most famous Christmas characters.
Just plywood, spray foam, chicken wire, those were the first floats.
The original parade did not make it to the Levee District, or very far at all for that matter. It traveled less than half a mile down Washington Street, but today's festival chairman, Corey Brown, says it did pique a lot of interest.
People are like, man, maybe we got something here, you know. Then you have all these volunteers and community input and hours of labor, and they found some incredibly skilled folks to start building those things.
The invention of pencil steel was monumental in the creation of the floats we see today, and it came just in time as the parade began to grow. It's smaller than a big steel rod, so you can clip lights onto it and bend it to make 3D shapes.
The riverboat back in the day, Puff, Batmobile, those are all built in the 80s, and they're still around today, just with new lights, trailers, fabrication, but those things are from the first couple festival parades.
The 3D floats that are still in the parade fleet were built around old junker cars, golf carts, or city vehicles to help the festival board save money. However, they were very old, beat up, unsafe for the road, and filled with animal waste. John Broshears, one of the men who pioneered the parade, says only half the floats would actually make it through the entire route.
They'd have a truck in between every float.
So if that vehicle broke down, they could hook up and pull it.
It was terrible.
Once the floats finally made it up to Veterans Park off Springfield Road, there was still a lot of maintenance. Each float was made up of incandescent light bulbs, which created a lot of heat and pulled a lot of energy from several different generators, making the park dangerous. To make matters worse, the drive-through display would stay on 24 hours for all 40 days the festival ran.
I was told the electric bill at one point in time was around $50,000 throughout the time of the park.
On top of that, the festival board had volunteers devoted to pulling every individual light bulb off the floats at the end of the year and replacing them with new ones to make sure the season started off bright.
That is an impossible 365-day-a-year task, and it just doesn't work like that. People get tired, people don't come back, or people have passed away.
Broshears and others who were the brains behind the operation decided to switch things up as technology became more advanced and use LED lights, timers, and trailers to make the festival safe, sustainable, and functioning for the leaders today.
The parade would have ground to a halt.
During the first several years, Broshears says tons of people in every city department were eager to volunteer. But now, the volunteer base is nearly non-existent, with only 4 people willingly dedicating their time to put the parade on every year. However, one family that moved to East Peoria in 1983 has generations worth of hard work put into the events.
It's gone from my mom working different events too, all the way to my great-grandchildren. Or my grandchildren, her great-grandchildren.
Sandra Armstrong has contributed to East Peoria's Festival of Lights in one way or another. She recalls volunteering in the Philippi Forest and guiding the floats along the parade route before they were pulled by trailers. Now, she's in charge of the Philippi Town trackdown and ornament hunt.
I was just glad that we were part of the beginning so that we could see it evolve. It's nice to know that it's been able to continue year after year and we haven't lost it.
Armstrong says there have been enough changes throughout the years, whether it be through technology or switching up the contests, to keep people interested. But it wouldn't be a tradition if some things didn't stay the same. Participating in events, watching the parade from the sidewalk, and driving through the Winter Wonderland every year.
Some candy canes in there for you, okay?
Is how Armstrong captures the magic of Christmas.
There's a lot of obligations, as you well know, during the Christmas season, but That is one thing that we try and make a priority of if we can.
In East Peoria, Madison Porter, 25 News.